Hello and welcome to another Pauper video. I'm kalikaiz and today I'm playing old school Pauper Blue-White Familiars. This deck is sweet. This is the deck that got me into Familiars in Pauper because you can use Ghostly Flicker targeting Archaeomancer and Prosperous Pirates once you have two cost reducers and make infinite mana. That's awesome. I've got some updates because the original version that I saw of this was from 420 Dragon. They still have some old school videos. I'll link their channel and you can dig through time. But this is updated to play 8 cantrips. I feel like 8 cantrips is super important and it helps the God Pharaoh's Faithfuls gain you life. Also finds the cards that matter in the matchups and lets you do stuff early game. I'm playing 4 Seagate Oracles and 3 Muldrifters as flicker targets and 3 flickers. Not playing Ephemerate in this version because I'm looking to get to the combo endgame. And then I'm playing 4 Lorien Revealed. We're not playing Deep Analysis, but I still think Foil is pretty good. In the sideboard, Hydroblast for burn, Negate and Prohibit are different types of counterspells. Negate for big mana counters, Prohibit for little creatures and stuff like fairies. Last Breath can handle walls, and 4 Dust with a Revoke Existence to try to punk out the Affinity Pilots. I tried this version with a lower amount of cantrips, more lands, less Loriens. That didn't really work out for me, so let's try this one. It's lean and mean. I will see you in the matches. Oh, one thing I forgot to note. The reason we're playing Prosperous Pirates is because Magic Online just created a bit of a shortcutting for combo, so we can make it a lot easier to do flicker loops. So hopefully we can show that off in this league. I'll see you there. This video is brought to you by Card Market, Europe's largest TCG marketplace. Unplugged Gaming in Manlius, New York is having their first ever Pauper 1K. This is a $30 entry that starts at 1 p.m. on August 15th. 70% of the entries will go straight to prizes up to a 64-player cap. Just outside of Syracuse, New York, this event is going to be sweet. Round number 1 on the play. So this hand has good cards, no white mana, it has a cantrip. I'm going to proactively keep this, and we'll just start on Ponder. We know what we're looking for. We're looking for white sources. So I think we have to shuffle this. So Ponder Shuffle is like worst case scenario because now we're playing off the top. Opponent on Drawsword's Bridge. I'm going to play the Mortuary Mire and pass. That just gets my tapped land out of the way. It looks like they're playing Affinity. Vampire's Kiss. So it's a Rakdos Burn Metalcraft version. Play Island. This is not working out. Should have probably tried to have white sources. Okay. So they play Jagged Barons, putting me to 17. Finding another Faithful is good, but I have no white sources. I'll play Archaeomancer, grab the Ponder. Hopefully they kill the Archaeomancer with a Bolt. That would be awesome. Save me some life. They Lightning Bolt my Archaeomancer. Great. Thank you. Appreciate it. So we just got a 2-for-1 where we got back the Ponder and we got a Lightning Bolt out of their hand. The thing we don't want to see is Kitchen Imp. They discard a Sneaky Snacker. That's very similar to the Kitchen Imp situation. So there's some more infinite life combos in a version with Prosperous Pirates because one single familiar, one Archaeomancer, and one Prosperous Pirates is mana neutral with Ghostly Flicker. When it's doing some things, they grab the prize pitching Kitchen Imp. I think we're probably losing. They'll have Kitchen Imp here. I take 4 damage this turn, 4 damage next turn minimum. There's Prosperous Pirates. So I'm actually going to play Prosperous Pirates, play God Pharaoh's Faithful, and cast Ponder. Foil Seagate Snap. So we will just top, and then shuffle. So on my turn, on my upkeep, if I flicker the Pirates and the Mortuary Mire, I get blue, white. I can get back the Archaeomancer. That doesn't really help me though. When it gets in for 4, they pitch a Fiery Temper to grab the prize. I'm pretty dead. Puts me to 1 life and pings me out with the Jagged Barons. Nice. I was just over here trying to think if there was a way for me to combo. There was not. There was no chance. We want all of the Hydroblasts. Get rid of the foil. I'll go down on... I feel like I want the Last Breaths to take care of their flyers because I don't have a lot of flyers myself. Let's trim on a couple of things. Mancer Seagate Flicker. I don't know if that'll be good enough. I didn't note, but I do have Lonely Arroyo in my deck, so if I go infinite, I can ping out my opponent with that. Alright, let's see if this can work. I'm on the play. I have Faithfuls and Familiars, so I guess I'm keeping. Island pass, and then we'll play the Chancery. We do find a cantrip. That's good. Pick up the land. This means I can go Faithful cantrip, gain life, start moving through my deck. The Vampires Kiss me. I'll play a Faithful and a Preordain. Last Breath Familiar. I don't need either of these right now. I'll play out the Mortuary Mire because it's a tap land. They play a Dross Forge Bridge. They're going to pitch a Kitchen Imp. So I think what I do is play out the Familiar holding open the Flicker. If they want to try to kill my Familiar. Draw Lorien Revealed. Play Familiar. That's the turn. Then next turn, like if they go for after the Familiar, I can Flicker Familiar and Island. When it's getting in for 2. We go to 13. I guess I'm going to cycle the Island. This allows me to hardcast the Muldrifter if they try to kill the Familiar. Grab an Island. Play Island. Let's cast Godfarrow's Faithful. And then evoke a Muldrifter. Gaining 2 life. They have a Pyroblast. It isn't great. Alright, it resolves. So now I can Ghostly Flicker on Muldrifter and Mortuary Mire. Just to make sure that keeps going. Or I can Flicker Muldrifter and Seagate Oracle, or Muldrifter and Island. I feel like they're going to go for a bolt on it, so I'm going to Flicker the Muldrifter and the Mortuary Mire. No, cancel. Because it doesn't really matter. Because I can't cast the Seagate Oracle anyway. We'll just Flicker on the Mortuary Mire. We'll go to 17. They Blue Blast the Ghostly Flicker. Or Red Blast. I'm really surprised that they blasted there. Because you should probably counterspell the Muldrifter before it draws me cards, just saying. That's just how I feel about it. Alright, they've got 4 power in the air. We'll go to 13. This turn I can go Sunscape Familiar, Seagate Oracle into Muldrifter, gaining 4 life. So stopping their attacks for the turn. They get in for 4. We'll go to 13. Versions with Seagate Oracle are pretty weak to these flying beatdowns. They grab the prize, pitching a Sneaky Snacker. I'm already at 11 and they've got 6 power on the table. Plays Great Furnace. So we're looking at probably like multiple Galvanic Blasts. Let's play Sunscape Familiar. Cast a Seagate Oracle. Let's see what we find. Hydroblast would be great, I guess. Lonely Arroyo is not very helpful. Grab Island. So I can hardcast the Drifter or I can evoke it. I think I'm going to evoke the Muldrifter. We'll draw 2 cards. Finding Chancery. Let's attempt to snap the Muldrifter. I think today's not my day. Why? That is not the correct play. You should have gone after the Muldrifter. Okay, that's fine. We've drawn cards. We didn't get anywhere. Best case scenario, I draw an Archaeomancer or a Lorien or something. If I had hardcasted the Muldrifter, they would have just blasted it. They get in for 6. I'll go to 11. 4 cards in their hand. That 6 power on the table is pretty brutal. We could chain some cantrips, and they just have Galblast, Bolt. Okay. Yeah, that didn't work out at all. I'm going to try to stay positive and see what happens in round 2. Thanks for watching. Did you know you could get sideboard guides on patreon.com/kalikaiz? And did I mention you can get early access to videos on the YouTube page in the membership section? And if you like these videos, make sure to like and subscribe. So round 2, we have a hand we can't really keep. There's nothing going on. This hand has double Ash Barrens, which is pretty bad. So we have to mulligan that, I think. We could also get rid of the Ghostly Flicker, play land, get an island, try to go from there. I guess that's probably better. Our opponent plays a Contaminated Landscape, so we might be facing Familiars. Okay, drawing Chancery was really good. Contaminated Landscape is a Esper land. They grab a snow-covered island. Plays another landscape, so that's probably Familiars. We'll grab an island. We'll untap. We'll play Chancery, picking up the Ash Barrens. They're holding open a Prohibit, and I will cycle and grab an island. Opponent cracks their landscape for the plains, revealing their strategy of playing Familiars as well. Okay, there's a fam. Do you have an island? They don't have an untapped land. We'll go Sunscape Familiar, snap your Sunscape Familiar, untap, play a Sunscape Familiar. Now I'm pretty ahead. I just spent 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 mana with 2 lands. 7 mana spent on turn 3. Ghostly Flicker snap. Oh god, okay. Top. Easy top there. So now we can snap their Familiar. We can go Ghostly Flicker. Let's see what they do. Plays a Familiar. Do you have a snap? They snap my Familiar. So let's attempt to snap your Familiar. They have a counterspell. I'll play Sunscape Familiar. You have a Prohibit. They also have the Prohibit. Okay. That's bad, for sure. But next turn I can Drifter, Flicker, Drifter. They've used 2 counterspells. It's unlikely they'll also have a negate in hand. They certainly could have the negate in hand. We're getting our butt kicked. When it evokes a Mole Drifter, plus Ephemerate, or they just evoked hoping to draw Ephemerate and they didn't find it. That's lucky for me. And then, what? Plays a Faithful. I usually don't play out Faithfuls in these scenarios because I think it's not that good. We could play Prosperous Pirates. I think I'm going to evoke the Mole Drifter. Draw 2 cards. We'll Ghostly Flicker, untapping the island, if this resolves. It does resolve. Okay. And we draw Seagate Oracle. I think I will just cycle from my tapped island. I don't have anything to do on this turn. Play it out. On the next turn, I can play Prosperous Pirates and then hold up a counterspell with Foil. Just hard casting it. They play Mortuary Mire to return the Mole Drifter. Let's play out Sunscape Familiar. Play Prosperous Pirates. So now I have the 2 mana to hardcast Foil. And I will go ahead and attack. Bonk. If I find an Archaeomancer, it will be game over. I'm just going to counterspell their Mole Drifter. They're using 2 mana. Evoking it. I'm going to counterspell so that they have fewer cards in hand. Okay, what next? 2 cards in hand. They now Ghostly Flicker to return the Mole Drifter by flickering the Mortuary Mire. Let's play Seagate Oracle first in case I can find an Archaeomancer. Find Lorien. Let's just hardcast the Lorien to draw 3 cards. I don't really need the body right now of the Mole Drifter. And I have a land drop, so I can play Chancery, pick up Island, play Seagate Oracle, and I will take I'll take the Ponder, and we're planning on attacking here and then pitching the Faithful with the foil. So they have the Mole Drifter in hand again, hardcast Mole Drifter, and we will pitch cast a foil. I mean, I cannot get enough of Force of Will. Even though we're not pitching a deep analysis, that was good. And they've conceded the game. Nice. So the last breaths were going to come in. They concede the match. Okay, we had a horrible match 1. Pretty awesome match 2. Let's see what happens in match 3. Okay, match 3. This is acceptable. We have to grab our white source and then play the white source, play Preordain on turn 2. It's not amazing. We don't really want to Preordain before we cycle the Lorien Revealed because it totally messes up the scry. Our opponent plays a Slagwoods Bridge. So they are playing Jund Wildfire. I've played them a few times in the past. We have to watch out for Krarklan Shaman. They Wildfire their land. This is a matchup where having the insta-kill combo is pretty good. Okay, we'll Preordain. We don't really want to... Okay, Lorien Revealed is fine. Sunscape Familiar is solid. Play the Floodplain. On this following turn, probably just slap down a Seagate Oracle. Our opponent plays an Ichor Wellspring. I'm hoping they don't just hit me with a Refurbished Familiar. So far, no. Play Seagate Oracle. Snaps and Islands. I'll take the Island here. It allows me to play Familiar and then have a few protection spells available. Okay, so they're going for Writhing Chrysalis. Just needs to tap for green. These lands, they default to the color on the left, so when you press the W key and tap them, they go red, and that's why the opponent had a little bit of a hard time there. They play out a Nile Spellbomb. We have 3 flickers in our deck. Play Island, Sunscape Familiar. Now, this turn is weird because there's a lot that I want to do. They have Fanatical Offering. I'd love to slap down this Lorien Revealed and draw 3 cards, but I don't have a land drop to make, so we'll see. If they tap out of... Okay, they go Cleansing Wildfire. Drawing a card. They'll get in for 3. And my turn. We draw a land. So I think I Island and let's go Prosperous Pirates. This gives me some extra mana on the table. When it's like, we got a reader. They have never seen this card before in their life. Who can blame them? Godfarer's Faithful will get in for 1. Alright. So now if I find Archaeomancer, I can store mana on the table with the treasure tokens. Another Writhing Chrysalis. Certainly not the best news that I could have had at this time. They still have red mana available. They're cracking those Crystallize. Plays another Nile Spellbomb. Not great. They will get in for 4. So I go to 13. Holding up a lot on their side. Let's just start by drawing 3 cards with this Lorien. Another island. Go island, ponder. I'd like to be able to find an Archaeomancer so I can force the action on the spell bomb. There's another ghostly flicker. I mean, that's pretty good. We'll go ponder on bottom, flicker, and then ponder. No shuffle. I think opponent was storing up mana, so I mean storing up beats for the Writhing Chrysalises. A fanatical offering. Okay. Oh geez. So I was on the Casting Commons podcast this week with Teasdale, and he was talking about Writhing Chrysalis and saying the only thing you really want when you have one Writhing Chrysalis is two more Writhing Chrysalis, and here we are. Here we are. Okay. So I guess I'm blocking. I will attempt to flicker. They crack some spawns. I'll attempt to ghostly flicker my two creatures, which is mana neutral if it resolves. They crack another spawn. Goes cast down on the Prosperous Pirates. I guess I will attempt to snap it. They've got another cast down, it looks like, on the Prosperous Pirates, so the snap will fail. Ghostly Flicker will resolve. We'll take another Flicker. And then worst case scenario, they have Krark-Clan Shaman, but they did not have Krark-Clan Shaman. Let's go ponder. Can I find... Alright, Mortuary Mire. Wonder if that makes them shuffle. Or crack the spell bomb. I'll play Mortuary Mire. Going after the pirates. They crack a spell bomb. Okay. But we didn't want the other two cards on top of the deck. I'm going to go Sunscape Familiar. Snap the Seagate Oracle. Untap. Cycle. Lay out a Seagate Oracle. We'll grab an island. Play Seagate Oracle. They have such a large amount of damage. 6, 11, 15. They have 21 damage on the table from just the Chrysalises. Get another Seagate Oracle. Okay, I'll play that. We find a Lorien. So I'm currently at 21. I guess I'm going to pass and then block and snap a creature. They play a Wellspring. We're trying to fade a Krark-Clan Shaman now. Okay. The Chrysalises are ginormous. Yep. The Prosperous Pirates was a lot worse for me here than something like a Murmuring Mystic would be, because the Mystic spits out tokens and allows me to just like block. And here is red mana. Is it the 4th Writhing Chrysalis? A Wildfire. Okay. We'll grab an island. Plays a forest. Getting in. Block. And block. And I'll snap a Seagate Oracle. Untap. Another Seagate Oracle dies. I take 6 damage. I play a Blood Fountain. Nothing to get back with that right now. And they pass. Okay. We have a Muldrifter. Let's start with the Seagate Oracle. Trying to find my Archaeomancer. I mean, we have a Faithful. Guess that's not terrible. Play Faithful. I'll play the Lorien Revealed. Okay. Play a Seagate Oracle. This is going to be a chumping situation, I think. We have the Prosperous Pirates. Let's go Preordain. I'm at 23. Archaeomancer, Muldrifter. Alright, so top, lay island. Now I have to hold the flicker. They're going to draw more cards. Fanatical Offering, drawing cards. I'm at 23. They have 15, 21 damage. I don't have to block. I will block one of them. How many cast downs have they used? 1, 2. They've used 2 cast downs. Play Refurbished Familiar. Okay. We have to discard a familiar. Familiar for a familiar. They will discard and draw with a blood token. Plays a Tithing Blade. Okay. I haven't seen that in Jund. I'll get rid of a Faithful. Faithful. They have 3 cards in hand. Now they're going to go back to a Bajillion by Viscer's Inciting. Finds yet another Nile Spellbomb. Opponent. Okay. Play Archaeomancer. I'm going to grab the Snap, I think. If they'll allow it. Okay. 1 Spellbomb down. Alright. I'll evoke a Muldrifter. Draw 2 cards. Finding Archaeomancer. We'll go see Flicker, Archaeomancer, Muldrifter. We have 1 Flicker left in the deck. They're going to cast down on the Archaeomancer, so I have 2 Archaeomancers left. We'll draw some cards. I knew they had a cast down still in their hand. We find a foil. Would have been great to have that earlier. Let's ponder. There's the Arroyo. They'll think we don't need these. If I find a Flicker, I'm great. So play Seagate Oracle. Take this Preordain. We'll Preordain. Looks like I'm pitch casting the foil. There's another foil. I think I bottom both of these. I can play our Chancery and pitch cast the foil, or I can play Island and have a hard cast foil. So I think I'm going to have the hard cast foil here. When attacking in for a lot, we will block and block. I'm at 8 life now. Another Blood Fountain. So if they ever find their Core Clan Shaman, I will be screwed. Discarding Troublemaker, oof. They've got a lot of tech pieces in their main deck. Wildfire. Okay, I'll float a blue and grab my plains. They play a Refurbished Familiar. I'll discard the Chancery. My turn? Okay. Play Godfar's Faithful. Let's evoke a Muldrifter. Draw 2 cards. Finding Faithful Preordain. Okay. Well, Preordain. Need the extra flicker. I will bottom, top the Drifter, evoke the Drifter. Running out of cards in deck, running out of things to do. Can't make a land drop because I need the Lonely Arroyo to kill my opponent. There's the flicker. Okay. We'll play Prosperous Pirates. My opponent has 2 cards. One of them, if their last card is a cast down, what happens? Probably toast. We still have one more Archaeomancer in the deck. Let's play Archaeomancer. They choose to crack the Spell Bomb. They don't pay. I'm very confused. I mean, so I think I just have to, if I flicker on Muldrifter and Prosperous Pirates, I get the flicker back, and I draw 2 cards. And then I'll have the mana to hard cast the foil. But that would mean that they don't go after the pirates here. That they go after the Muldrifter. If this resolves, I think I can win. My opponent is thinking it through. They must have some answer. Okay, looks like this is going to resolve. We make treasures, and then we find a land, so I can use the foil anyway. Turn the Ghostly Flicker. I will attempt to Ghostly Flicker Pirates and Archaeomancer. Are we doing it? Combo time. Cast down? Counterspell. And that, I hope, is the last cast down. Get back the Ghostly Flicker. And then we will flicker Muldrifter. Okay, they're out of action. Now we can show off all of this. So we're going to go right-click the treasure, and then click and always add blue. We'll make blue, flicker the pirates, and then we will and always target this name on the Ghostly Flicker, and start making mana. Opponent says they'll scoop to the win condition. So we'll just draw 2 cards, and then we'll draw 2 cards again. We'll have 3 cards left in deck. I still have a land drop. I play the Lonely Arroyo and ping you. So now I make infinite mana, ping my opponent, and then just win the game. We're going to snap the Faithful. Okay, opponent conceded. Appreciate it. So my plan is to not play the Faithfuls, to bring in some number of Dust to Dust, and then bring in probably 2 Prohibits, and then trim a foil. I like the Dust to Dust versus Jund because it hits their Refurbished Familiars and their 700 Nile Spell Bombs, and it can potentially mana screw them. Okay, this is probably fine. The double Prohibit means we are going to try to counterspell like a Wildfire or something like that, like Island Pass. I probably should have gone for Hydroblast. They play a Nile Spell Bomb and a Refurbished Familiar. Good times, good times. Hydroblast would be a lot better here. I'll get rid of the snap, I guess. Play the plains, pass the turn. Then I will counterspell this Wellspring. They play a Slagwoods Bridge. Get in for 2. We have a Familiar. Let's play Sunscape Familiar and then Chancery back the plains. They play a Wellspring, 3 cards in hand, and then Tithing Blade. Okay, I'm gonna see if I can get them to crack the Spell Bomb by going after this Prohibit. They don't crack the Spell Bomb. They get in for 2. I wonder how many Tithing Blades they're playing. They play a land. And here comes a Writhing Chrysalis. So I think we're dead. Preordain. I'll top, play the Seagate Oracle. Then we'll draw the island. Play island. Play a Preordain. Mancer Island. I think I bottom these. Yeah, this is a bad spot. They have a cast down from my Archaeomancer. They get in for 5. I'm not going to block. I will attempt a Lorien Revealed. Okay, land. Let's ponder. Okay, so these are all fine. No shuffle. And I think I will block the Seagate Oracle this turn. Then I'm planning to go Familiar, snap the Chrysalis, and try to counterspell on the way back down. They just have a bunch of card draw spells. They have a cast down. So this is 4 mana. This is 6 damage. They have a Duress as their last card. They've used all their cards. I've used basically none of my cards. That's why they're winning right now. All their cards good, all my cards bad. So I would take the snap if I were them. They take the snap. They get in. I'm super dead. Let's see. I'm at 4. Play the Ash Barrens, play Familiar, cast Lorien Revealed. Did I find a snap? I did not find a snap. I guess I have to pass. I can chump with the Familiar on the Writhing Chrysalis. Then I can play Familiar plus Muldrifter. They get in. Jump. I got a 2 life. They wildfire my land. I'll grab an island. They've got another Chrysalis. Yeah, that's it for me, I guess. Man, that was brutal. The prohibits seemed pretty. Maybe we'll get rid of the foils, 3 hydros, and then 2 dusts on the play. We will keep. Hopefully they don't wildfire my land on 2. Play out a island and pass. They play a swamp. They go for Duress. The only card they can take is the snap. Snap to the graveyard. My turn. We have to play the Chancery. Ooh, we find a Preordain. So I'll play a Chancery, and I will Preordain. I'm looking for Hydroblast now. Ponder, snap. These are fine. Your turn. Plays out a Nile Spellbomb and a Bridge. Let's start with a Ponder. Okay, I like these cards actually. So we'll take the land, just in case we need a land drop. Play out the Familiar. They're going to Wildfire, they cast down. Second Spellbomb. Play the land. We'll go Familiar into Seagate Oracle, finding the Flicker. Now I would really be looking for the Dust to Dust so I can get rid of the stupid spell bombs. Opponent has the Chrysalis. We can try for a Drifter, Snap Drifter. I'm going to play Archaeomancer, trying to get the snap. They crack the spell bomb. I will now snap on your Chrysalis and jam a Muldrifter. Attacking. So if they want to play the Chrysalis, they have to tap out of a what's-it-face? Hydroblast. They will replay the Chrysalis, leaving up a cast down. Hopefully they don't cast down on this turn, because I can hold up the Flicker to protect my creatures. They are going to cast down. No, they have a Fanatical Offering. Okay. So I'm still... Oh no, they found another black source. Okay. Plays Refurbished Familiar. We'll discard the Preordain. Hard cast Lorien Revealed, draw 3. And then play Floodplain. Now Archaeomancer can go for Snap again. And then if they crack the Spell Bomb, I can Flicker. Get back to Snap. One in Fanatical Offerings, the Chrysalis, or makes the Chrysalis a 5/6. Plays a Bridge. Map onto the Refurbished Familiar, revealing Ichor Wellspring. I'll block the Chrysalis. Take 5. My turn. Another Flicker. Interesting. Let's start with Ghostly Flicker. Oops, not Ghostly Flicker. Play Archaeomancer. Return the Snap. They crack the Spell Bomb. They pay the mana. Gonna Ghostly Flicker, Archaeomancer. Return Flicker. Return Snap. Spell Bomb resolves. Opponent concedes. I'm surprised, but I will definitely take that. I will definitely take that. We are 2-1 on round 4. Round 4 on the play. I guess we keep, and then I can lead on the Mortuary Mire, cycle for an island, cast the Ponder, or I can just play the Mortuary Mire and then turn to Chancery, but I'm still probably going to cycle the Lorien for an island. The Chancery in hand isn't great. Our start is pretty slow. On Naya Gates. Okay, this should be a solid matchup for me. What do we draw? They choose green. Okay, we find Ash Barrens for an island. Even better. So now, if I Ponder, I can clear the Ponder with Cycle. I like all these cards. No shuffle. We'll just send it over to them. The top card is a Lorien Revealed. I can cycle for maybe an island, play the Chancery, picking up the Mortuary Mire. Opponent Bitter Reunions, discarding and returning Sneaky Snacker. I think I do cycle for an island. That allows me to have more untapped mana on the next turn. This Mortuary Mire isn't great. Play the Chancery, picking up the Mortuary Mire, and we will Preordain. Pirates, Lorien. Okay, I'll keep them. So this upcoming turn, I'm going to go Familiar into Seagate Oracle. Looking for an Archaeomancer, I suppose. Opponent pursues the past. Is there any more snackers that are going to return? Discards Prismatic Strands. The Prismatic Strands does not stop the Lonely Arroyo. Worth noting. This Cliffgate is a red-green, so they have green, red, white, white right now. Sacred Cat in play. We're going to go land, bam, Seagate. I'll take the snap. That's pretty solid, I think. Next turn we can play the pirates. If they kill the familiar, I can like flicker the Seagate Oracle, pick up the familiar, replay it. Then I burn a flicker. They play a Manor Gate on red. Is there a Journey to Nowhere in my future? Journey to Nowhere. Unfortunate. So I think I probably just snap the Sneaky Snack. I'm not sure. They have a bolt as well, huh? Okay. Gets in for 3. What's my next card? Play Chancery. Pick up Island. I have 3 mana. Snap costs 2, and then I'll have 4, 5, 6. Let's snap your Sneaky Snacker. That's too much value. I'm going to snap the Sacred Cat. And then play a Lorien Revealed, leaving open white in case I draw a Faithful. Drew a Ponder. That didn't work out for me. So what do I want to discard? I guess it's just the Lorien here. That feels weird because I have the 2 Muldrifters. Discard the Lorien. I can go Mortuary Mire on the familiars in under the Journey to Nowhere. Not good. They gate up the Sneaky Snacker. They'll get in for 5. We need some more familiars. We need some life gain. Get in for 5. Another Chancery is not amazing. I'll ponder. There's a Faithful. So I guess all of these are solid. That the Arroyo is not that good. Faithful on top. Play out the Muldrifter, or play the Prosperous Pirates, and play a Faithful, then pass. I guess if they have the second gate, it would be 10 damage. Second Basilisk Gate, I mean. They play an Outlaw Medic. Kills my Prosperous Pirates. Rude. Gets in for 2. We'll play Archaeomancer, and then I'll pick up the Snap. Play Mortuary Mire. Get back the Pirates. This way I can snap something that gets gated. They play a Manor Gate. So Basilisk Gate is +4 now. 2 cards still in hand. They still have not pursued the past. Chooses to gate the Snacker. I'll snap the Sneaky Snacker. Plays a cat. That was the cat from hand. Can't play Snacker. They get in for 1. Block? Alright. Let's play Pirates. Then I'll have 5 mana. I can just hardcast a Muldrifter. Here's a Drifter. Find the Lonely Arroyo. I'm going to play the Arroyo. Pop you. They're at 23. Your turn. This seems like the moment where they want to probably use their Pursue the Past. They use the Pursue the Past. Now they can discard and return the Snacker. So I gave them that value by snapping the Snacker, but I really didn't want to get beaten down. So, oh, they found the second Basilisk Gate too. Didn't notice that. Okay, now they will gate. It's a 7 power creature. No problem. Now my best option, if I can find a familiar, I just have infinite, but not through everything. Like if they have a bolt in hand, that would get me. I'll play out the Seagate Oracle, find a second flicker. Let's attempt to ghostly flicker Archaeomancer and Prosperous Pirates. See if they have a bolt. I probably should have played a land first because they're going to bolt the familiar. Familiar is dead. Make some mana. Then I'll go land and slam a Muldrifter. We got the bolt out of their hand. Got another Prosperous Pirates. Let's see what they do. We have 2 flyers. They can't deal with both of the flyers at this point. We go Malevolent Rumble. Yoink. They find Cliffgate, Snacker, Citadel Gate, Malevolent Rumble. So they choose the Cliffgate. Each Basilisk Gate is +7. If they double gate this turn, it leaves me pretty free to figure out what I want to do. If I find a familiar, it's just infinite life. Gates on a Snacker. Holding up a bolt. Gates on the Outlaw Medic. He will block and block. No damage. Let's try Ponder. Okay, I have a foil. I'm going to put that on top. No shuffle. Then play another pirate. Play Chancery. Return Island. Then we'll see what happens. I want to probably try and flicker Muldrifter on the Mortuary Mire to get back the Archaeomancer. Archaeomancer gets back flicker. The gate on the Snacker again. It's only 9 damage. I would not be dead. Gate on the Outlaw Medic. So I think I'm going to just block on the Snack. And then go see Flicker, Mire, Muldrifter. Return Archaeomancer. And draw 2 cards. I'm going to draw the 2 cards first. Just because I wanted to see if I could find a familiar. I could not. Go to 3 life. Play Archaeomancer. Grab Flicker. Flicker, Mancer, Muldrifter. Draw some cards. Any familiars up there? Another Arcane Mancer. I could Mancer for Snap. Let's just try Preordain. There's the familiar. So bottom, we'll top the familiar, play land. Now I can play Sunscape Familiar and flicker Arcane Mancer Crossroads Pirates, which is infinite life. Let's see how fast this execution happens. So we're gonna go saved always blue. Let's see flicker, and then save targets. All right, the loop is happening. It's pretty slow because my computer is slow, but just do it. I can't F6. If I were able to F6, this would go a little bit faster because I wouldn't have to be waiting for that trigger. All right, I've demonstrated I have infinite life. Opponent has demonstrated that they don't actually care about that, which is fine. That's their prerogative. They're currently at 48 life, so we'll have to get back our creatures and slowly attack over time. Plays a Citadel Gate. 3 cards in hand. The gate on the Outlaw Medic. So their current strategy is to gain as much life as possible. They have a 10 power Sneaky Snacker. I can just block Snacker and Outlaw Medic, and then flicker my 2 creatures, because I have the foil available. Boop boop. Alright. Next turn I just can get all their creatures off the board. Finding another flicker. I have infinite snaps. I have infinite life in a couple of ways. Only need 1 more familiar. Okay, found an island. Not the greatest. Play Arcane Mancer. I'm going to grab the second flicker. Oops. Yeah, that I had to anyway, apparently. We'll snap the cat, flicker Mancer, and Seagate Oracle. Looking for another familiar. There's the fam. Familiar. Play island. We'll attack out. And then we'll just get rid of this faithful. We really don't want to have the faithful in play. It just takes way too much time. And I don't think these auto yields work on the snap loop. Bounce the faithful. So my plan is to snap your Outlaw Medic. Oop. Guess I have to make some mana. Flicker. We're going to put the Mole Drifter on top. Using the Mortuary Mire. Drifter on top. It's just faster. There's no reason for me to like try and ping them out with the Lonely Arroyo here, but this would be infinite with the other Arroyo. I'll make some mana so that I can actually play my creatures when I draw them. Look at the Drifter to draw 2 cards. Do it again. 21 cards in deck. Well, it makes it a little bit more mana. All right, I've got 7 mana. Put another Mole Drifter on the table. We'll snap the Sneaky Snacker. Untap 2 islands. Play a Seagate Oracle. Take Familiar, I guess. Just for extra cost reduction. Play another Seagate Oracle. Another Seagate Oracle. We'll play that. Take a foil. And now I think I'm just going to make some mana so that I can hold up my foils. All right, that's fine. End step. Faithful, faithful, land, land. We have 3 flickers in hand and 2 counterspells. Counterspell. Opponent asked if they wanted me to concede. Yes. Feel free to concede. Yeah. I mean, oftentimes people will make you play it out, but here it was pretty locked up. Nice. I suppose we could bring in a single Revoke Existence and then go double Prohibit. Putting the foils. All right, we'll go with that. I think even though things have been going quickly, I probably need to restart my application. Okay, I will keep this. Okay, starting it out. Let's lead on Ponder. I think I don't want to discard the hand size. Let's take the Preordain, and then in my upkeep, I'm going to cycle for the dual land. Opponent plays an Outlaw Medic. I'll island cycle, grab the Floodplain. My turn, play the Floodplain. Okay, they've got a cat. Get in for 1. No 3rd land drop? Not good for them. We will go Faithful and cast Ponder. Drifter, Snap, Island. Yeah, these are all fine. No shuffle. We'll play Chancery and pick up the island. It seems like my opponent has either Lightning Bolt or Red Blast in their hand. Plays another cat out. We'll just block. See if they have the Lightning Bolt. They don't bolt. We'll go for Seagate Oracle. If they're going to Red Blast, you can do that on that. They choose not to. We'll take the Prohibit and cast Preordain. So next turn I have Sunscape Familiar going to hold up Prohibit. I'll bottom this other Preordain and top the Flicker. So this current turn, what do we do? We go Familiar, Snap. I don't know. They just didn't draw lands. That's unfortunate. Well, good game, Tolarian Midwest. Sorry about game 2, and I'll see everybody in round 5. Round number 5 versus Bosch Fred. We've got a burn avatar. This hand is okay. Not great. We're going to lead on island and send it over. We can't foil on our first turn. I'm going to place Ice Tunnel. That's bad news for me. I'll play Chancery, pick up my island. So Ice Tunnel is like Dimir Terror, Dimir Fairies. They cycle. Grabs Volatile Fjord. One is playing Grixis. Grixis stuff. Play a Sunscape Familiar out. Now I can maybe cycle this Lorien and counterspell. Or if they tap mana to kill my creature, tune the narrative. They're playing Grixis, tune the narrative. Huh. Galvanic Discharge. I mean, I will attempt to snap. That resolves. So they don't have to pay. Or maybe they already did pay. I'll cycle for an island using the Lorien, which allows me to play my Archaeomancer to pick up the Lorien. I mean, Lorien does have its times where it's quite good. Archaeomancer, grab my land drop. Opponent plays a Pain and Attachments, discarding a Sneaky Snacker, returning it. They have to go ahead and discard the hand size. Then go Sunscape Familiar. This is really interesting. A2 mana, Chancery, pick up Island, go see Flicker, Archaeomancer, Island. Get back, snap, bounce, get rid of your Sneaky Snacker, untap, evoke a Muldrifter. This was a turn. This was a turn. Oh, and then we'll just go see Flicker, Archaeomancer, Muldrifter. Wow. Okay. I love that. That was nice. Discard Faithful because I don't need it. I have double foil available. Oh boy. That was sweet. What a turn. Opponent Jolted Awake in the graveyard. So they're playing 4 colors. I'll go ahead and foil your Galvanic Discharge, pitching a Lorien Revealed, because who needs to draw 3 cards? I can draw 2 cards for 2 mana. They let that go. They have to discard the hand size, discarding that Sneaky Snacker. My turn. We find the Lonely Arroyo. Let's evoke Drifter. I'm a little nervous that they might have a Dispel here. I'll go see Flicker. Drawing some more cards. I remember when people would say Ghostly Flicker needs a ban. Alright, what's next? Ponder? Well, I'm going to shuffle. We don't want a bunch of lands. Another Ponder. I'll just play out the Floodplain for the moment and get in. I still have my foil. I probably want to pitch the Chancery specifically. They cast in the Abandoned Attachments. I'm going to counterspell. Pitching the Chancery. This is just like, they're so far behind now. Play Archaeomancer. Get back the foil. Attack for 5. Draw 2 cards with the Flicker on the Drifter. Very nice. Finding another Flicker, or another island. Let's draw 2 more cards. Opponent is not able to do their thing. I feel bad, but we are way ahead. Snacker pile. They've seen 18 cards and only 2 lands. Something crazy is happening over there. They have a Scred. I will pitch a foil. That's okay. Let's get in for 6. I'll Flicker to get back Flicker. All right, 2 Flickers in hand. A2, Flicker, turn foil. Let's try drawing 2 cards. Turn the Flicker. We find the Pirates. Our opponent has finally given up. We've drawn 12 more cards than them. They had 2 lands in play. That feels bad. We're going to get rid of these Faithfuls and then maybe 2 Snaps. And I want Negates. I want the Hydroblast, I think, for sure. I can consider cutting some Ponders. It's a little bit of a risk. I'm going to try cutting 2 Ponders because in slow matchups, I'm just hoping to naturally draw into lands. We don't need to accelerate quite so much. All right, so we forgot to unpause and record the second match of the Jeskai Black Ephemerate deck. They were playing a very classic Jeskai deck with Bender's Waterskins. They also had Abandoned Attachments to pitch Sneaky Snacker, so they were looking to get value off Sneaky Snacker while also playing Tune the Narrative, Jolted Awake, things like that. We were able to outvalue them by bringing in a bajillion counterspells, eventually getting to the point where we had more counterspells than them and they ended up scooping. There were often a lot of turns during the game where it felt like they probably had more interaction than they did, so I think they might have drawn a little poorly, which is unfortunate for them. Good for me. We finished 4-1 with Prosperous Pirates in Blue-White Familiars. I really like the cantrip suite. I think the mana base is pretty good. So then after that, you're looking at basically these cards that are the flex. So, I mean, if I put the Lorians over here, over in the mana base, right? The 18 lands with the cantrips is good. I would say maybe now we're down to just these cards as my flex slots. I really like foil. Also, the couple of these flickers could be something else. Maybe you just like try to go full value town. I don't know how to build this out in the most effective way. Maybe a couple of modern ages and a couple of like go up a drifter, 3 modern age, 2 strands, and then just go from there. Some of the worst matchups for the deck are things like Cycle Storm, Ruby Storm, things like Elves. We want to have the fast interaction, so strands could be pretty good in the metagame, but it's always fun to go off and go infinite with Prosperous Pirates. Sorry again about the weird ending of the video. I hope you enjoyed overall, and I will see you in the next one.